Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lisa and I'm a homeschooling mom of 3, and this will be our 8th year of homeschooling. Today I'm going to be talking about the kind of math manipulatives that we use in our homeschool and just kind of give you some ideas for some that you could use in yours and how to use them. So math manipulatives can be a really great way to help kids visualize their math problems and to just see it all out before them. They can touch it and it just really helps them make a connection with whatever the math problem is that they're working through. So over the years we've used a lot of different kinds of math manipulatives, but these are just the ones that we are using right now and ones that I think are great. So let's get right into it. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is this Melissa and Doug calendar. We used to use a large paper one. It's from Staples, and that one was kind of a pain because the numbers they were difficult to put in place and they would fall out and it was just a hot mess. The best way to use those kind is to laminate the whole thing and all the pieces, and I just never did that and then ripped. So then I went and got this one. And I love this one. It is magnetic, so it is super easy to put all the dates on and the month and everything that you need and any holidays that you may have. So the top part is just the calendar portion. It is also dry erase, so you can write on any of the dates as well. And on the bottom there is a little dry erase board, and I use it to put all the magnets on for the dates and everything. But you could use it to keep working on more calendar concepts. You could write today is and have them write the day. Tomorrow will be and have them write the day. Yesterday was. You could do stuff like that, or you could just use it for teaching other things. They do have little weather magnets too, so you could write something like today's weather is and have them put the magnet there. So this is great to learn about the months and just how calendars work. For my kindergartner, I also use a printed up calendar that has the month and the year and all the dates traceable. It's a printable from Confessions of a Homeschooler, and she makes them for every month. So we've been using that, and when he's completed September, then I will add it to his kindergarten journal. And they're really nice, so they can practice writing the dates, and every day we do whatever the date is for that day, so that they can also make the connection, like today is September, whatever it is that day. So he's really been enjoying that, and I will leave a link in the description box for that printable. Okay, so this next one is a pretty popular one. You've probably seen it or heard of them, and they are counting bears. This is my first year getting these. In the past, we have just used like little foam blocks from the dollar store or Lego or things like that for counting, for adding and subtracting. But this year I went and grabbed these, and they are great. So I'm just gonna kind of show you what they look like. The ones that I got are from Learning Resources, and they come with 3 different sizes, and there are 80 in all. And this is kind of what they look like. So there is a bigger one and a medium-sized one and a little tiny one. So I'll show them to you side by side so you can kind of see. It's like a little bear family. So some things that you can do with these are as simple as putting them together like that and saying which one is the biggest bear, which one is the smallest bear, which one is the medium bear. Or for younger children, you could just have them sort them into color groups, or just count very simple numbers like counting up to 5. There's so many things you can do with them. And also you can use them for, obviously, like for adding and subtracting, to visually see the adding and subtracting happening when you're first teaching that to them. So that's really nice. And also even in grade 1, I find that they still need like something to count with when they are doing adding and subtracting. So these are really great for that as well. So the other thing that I like to use the counting bears for is patterning. So I printed up these little counting bear pattern strips, and so just for starting out, you could just have your child match the bears on the pattern chart and then talk about what the pattern is. And as they get more comfortable with that, you could have them do the pattern and then build onto it. Like, okay, what would be the next part of this pattern if we were continuing it? So these little counting bear patterning strips I actually got for free on Teachers Pay Teachers, and I will leave a link for that in the description box below. I will leave links for anything that I share in the description box so you can look them up as well. So I just printed these up and laminated them. If you are following me on Instagram, you probably would have seen some of these pictures already. So if you're interested in following me there, I share a lot of what we are doing or learning about. So I will leave my Instagram handle here somewhere for you, and it's also at the end of the video on my end screen, and I will also share it in the description box. Another fun activity to do with the counting bears, again, this was from Teachers Pay Teachers, is this little game. It is a 10 frame bust. This one has 20, this one is 10. So you could just use whichever one would be at the level that your child needs it to be. So it comes with these little cards that you use with the boards. So there are a few different activities you can do with this little game set. So first of all, you could just make a game as simple as they pick up a number, and then that is the amount of bears that they have to put on here on the bus. And you could even have them do the color that is on there. So they would have to do 8 yellow bears. So you could just do something simple like that, 9 red bears. Or if you're teaching adding, you could do something like this, where you take 2 numbers, oops, this, and take the adding symbol, put it in there like that, and then have your child put the answer on the bus. And then you can put 3 bears by the 3, and then 4 bears by the 4, so they can see that and then transfer them to the bus and count them, depending on where they're at with adding. You can do the same thing for subtracting. It comes with that. There are so many activities that you can do with the counting bears, so they are a really great math manipulative to have. So the next thing that I'm going to show you is a new one that I purchased this year as well. This is by Learning Resources. It is the Canadian Money. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. I can't hold it all the way up because I have them all organized in their spots, and I kind of just store it in here. Not sure how long that's going to last. I did talk to my kids and tell them to hold it like this, but we'll see. So I'll just show you what it looks like. So it all comes in this little tray. There's 5s, 10s, 20, 50, and then 100. And you can see that these clearly are not real. They say Learning Resources right on them, and also the back. And then for the coins, we've got loonies, toonies, quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies. At first I was like, I don't really know what the point of having the pennies is, since we don't have pennies anymore, but it actually works out quite nicely, because the reason I got this set was not only so that it could be more visual instead of just seeing a picture of it. They could make the connection of what it actually looks like and what the size would look like if they were side by side. But the other reason that I got it is because we use an American curriculum for math. We use Horizons Math, and all the money there is American, which it looks similar to ours, but I wanted to have Canadian money so she could see what our money looks like and just use these instead. So whenever there's a question that is using American money, I would just have her do it the same question but with Canadian dollars. It comes with a little pamphlet as well, and inside there are some ideas of things you can do with the money. It's also nice for your younger children that you are just teaching what each of the coins are. They're just learning, so they can actually see it. This is a great way to teach it. And you can play store, have some stuff from your pantry or whatever, put little price stickers on it and have them pick some items and give them a certain amount of money that they can spend and have them do whatever they would get back for change and everything like that. So there's a lot of fun activities to do with this. And math manipulatives, I feel like, make math just a little bit more fun too. So this is a good one that I recommend. And if you live in the US, I'm sure you can find the American version of that. So I bought those on Amazon. So the next thing I have here is a counting game. This one, the apples range from 16 to 20, and then there's just spots missing. So you can obviously just print it up and have your child write the numbers in, or glue these numbers on and just have that be it. Or you can do what I did and laminate it, and that way they can get more practice out of it. They could write the number in with a dry erase marker, or they could use these, which I also laminated. And so I'll take a few out, put them beside the board, and then they just place the numbers that are missing with the little number tiles. So we have all the way up to 100. So I have smaller ones as well that are like 1 to 5, and then the next one is like 6 to 10, and then they just go up in number and all the way to 100. So this is a fun little game. This one I got from Confessions of a Homeschooler. Oops. This one was not a free one, but it is a really fun little game. So this next item is also by Melissa and Doug. It is a little pattern block set. So the little pattern block pieces are wooden. I'll show you a few of them. And you can use them to just identify the different shapes, or have them make little pictures with them, or you can use the little puzzle pieces. My kindergartner loves this set. It's so much fun. They're all wooden, and they have 2 sides, so you can do lots of different pictures. So there are 5 of these double-sided wooden boards. Or if your child is tired of doing the same puzzles, if they do them a lot and they're tired of these designs, or they need more of a challenge, you could go on the internet and search pattern block puzzles and just print them up and laminate them, and you can use those over and over again as well. I did actually print some from, I think it was Confessions of a Homeschooler, where they have the numbers. So like for number 1, they had to use the pattern blocks to make a number. And she has, I don't know how high they go. I want to say 9, but I could be wrong. So again, we'll leave a link for that. So this next thing is a 100s chart. Again, I have laminated it. So this can be used just for counting purposes, or you can use it for skip counting, which is what I'm using it for. So you could say, today we're going to learn about counting by 2s, and have them just count by 2s and circle the numbers that would be circled if you were counting by 2. So there's many different activities that you can do with this, and it's just a helpful thing to have on hand too if your child maybe forgot how to write a certain number or is just needing a little extra help. This is great to use. So another thing that I use is, and this is new to us this year as well, is a place value chart. So it goes all the way up to the billions. I don't know if you can see that here. So basically when they have a math question and they just want to see it broken down, they could write the numbers in here. It's dry erase, obviously, so you can use it over and over again. And then once they've written the number here, they can also write it down here as the expanded form or the word form. So if you have a child that's maybe struggling with place value, or you're just teaching it, this is a great way to go. I actually created this design. I have it available in my Etsy shop, which I will link below. I also have a chart that is a little bit more simple. It's just hundreds, tens, and ones. If you're just really starting out with that, that's also available there. So. All right, so the last thing that I'm going to show you today is my anchor chart or anchor poster, whatever you want to call it, math binder. So basically, I have a mermaid one. So basically, I just have like a bunch of different math anchor poster charts in here to help with the different math concepts if one of my children are struggling with something, we can just pull out the chart and it's just a nice little reminder. So for example, I'll just show you a few of the ones I have in here. I have one for telling time, and I have one for subtraction. When we are borrowing, this is a great reminder. I designed this one, but I also designed a newer version of this, and that is available in my Etsy shop as well. So it says, more on top, no need to stop. More on the floor, go next door, get 10 more. Numbers the same, 0 is your gain. And there's just like a little visual beside. And we've got shapes and measurements. And operation clue words. So I don't know if you can see that properly with the glare. So that's all I have in my math anchor chart binder for now. I am working on some more to put in here, so I will keep you posted on those. So again, if you're following me on Instagram, I will share on there when I post new items to my Etsy shop, so I'll have all the latest information there. So that's it for me for today. I hope that I've helped you maybe figure out how to use more math manipulatives to make math more fun and engaging. And if you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below. I'd be so happy to answer them. And I'm curious to know, what kind of math manipulatives do you use in your home? Leave them down below. I'm interested in possibly getting some Unifix cubes, but I'm also always looking to add to our math manipulatives. So again, if you have any recommendations, leave them down below. That would be probably helpful not only to me, but others watching this video as well.